Hi, I'm Monty Beetham. Welcome to Vodafone One Tribe TV, the story of the Vodafone Warriors. Tonight, we catch up with Vice Captain Michael Luck, who proves that luck has nothing to do with it.
I'd like to keep playing footy for a few more years yet, hopefully for the Warriors, and they'll have to go home and get a real job, maybe have some kids.
Captain Steve Price with his take on the week in Pricey's Weekly Wrap.
It was a nail-biter. There was nothing between the two teams.
In our Mate vs Mate challenge, the final showdown at Pukekohe, who will take out the Vodafone Warriors Motorhead title?
I'm just going to have to do my best and re-end Mooney again.
He doesn't know what he's in for.
Funny man Nathan Fiend may be running out of friends with his next teammate prank.
In your car, Hope. In your car, gotta get the next one. I'll get your season tickets. Go the Warriors.
And Pricey's on the airwaves.
We were watching One News last night, right? And then we suddenly saw this. We saw you pretty much in the nude with some lady rubbing something on your leg. What's going on there?
G'day, I'm Steve Price, captain of the Vodafone Warriors. Well, this week we were away to the Melbourne Storm at Olympic Park, and what a game it was going to be. Played on Anzac Day. There was a lot of stuff before the game to celebrate Anzac Day, and then the actual game. It was a nail-biter. There was nothing between the two teams. Went into overtime. Unfortunately, Stacey Jones missed a field goal attempt just before full time. Had plenty of opportunities in extra time, but we couldn't convert them, and both teams walked away with 1 point each. There was some tremendous efforts during the game. None better than Michael Luck, 70 plus tackles, a huge effort and a new NRL record. Another big performance was Manu Vatuvei, 2 tries in his second game back from injury. Wade McKinnon wasn't too far off playing, and hopefully he'll be right for this weekend's game. At the Warriors, we don't have a big staff, and one of the things that was implemented a few years ago was duty boys, and every week there's 2 new duty boys. This week it was me and Stacey Jones, and what duty boy means is that before every training session you've got to prepare the water bottles, any training equipment that we need for the session, pads, markers, footballs, they've all got to be put out on the field and ready to go, so that once we finish our warm-up, go straight out on the field and everything's ready to go. So it's been a big week for Michael Luck. He turned 27 years old through the week, and part of tradition of the Warriors is when it's your birthday, you've got to sing happy birthday to yourself with all the boys in a circle around you. Michael did a very special rendition of Happy Birthday. Well done, Lucky.
Hi, I'm Michael Luck from the Vodafone Warriors, and thanks for following me around today to see what I do on a normal day. I'm from Australia, as some of you might know. I grew up in a little town called Gatton, near Brisbane. There's only about 3,000 people, so plenty of wide open spaces and plenty of mischief to be gotten into. I suppose I have been pretty lucky in life, and a lot of good things have happened, but I've always thought that the harder you work, the luckier you get. I only really started playing because I used to see how my brother would get out of the house on a Saturday morning when he played, and I thought it'd be a good way to get out of helping mum do the housework around the house, so that's what got me into league at the start, and I grew to love it. Yes! Sorry, I never lose at this game. Anyone else? Don't think I'll ever leave rugby league, because I think it's just such a good sport, and it's a team sport. I don't know how people play individual sports. I think it takes a lot of dedication. I love the team aspect of the game, and that I get to hang around my best mates.
He lets his actions do the talking, you know. I don't think you truly realise that, you know, how important he is until you play with him. He just, you know, gets through so much work.
I don't think you'll have many people on the side doing more tackles than what he does in a game. Yeah, he just puts his body on the line each week. Like I said, that's what a real team player does, yeah.
That's why he's been Clubman of the Year 2 out of the last 3 years is because he's just a guy that, you got to have at your club. I often saw Lucky when he was a young bloke, and he was a bit of a man-child. He was a very big kid when he was growing up. Basically the size he is now is when he was about 12. So he was destroying kids back then, but his leadership's come along in leaps and bounds. He's a guy that everybody enjoys being around, playing with, and we're lucky we've got someone like him at the club.
I'm not sure whether he is lucky or not. Well, he is lucky. That's his nickname, Lucky. I don't know if he's lucky though. Perhaps he is.
Luck. The force that seems to operate for good or bad in a person's life, as in shaping circumstances, events or opportunities. The Warriors is a great club to play for. It's got a really proud tradition that was set in the last sort of 10 or 15 years, and every time I go out I just try and live up to play as well as the men that have worn the jersey before me. So I love being here at the club. Probably the biggest influence in my career has been my dad. I used to watch him on a Sunday playing in Toowoomba, and then I suppose now he's even still the last person I talk to before I get out on the field. So I'll give him a call before each game, see how he's going. All my family's still in North Queensland. My brother's a miner. My parents still both work. My brother makes sure he watches every game. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky with a lot of things in life. Probably one of the luckiest is when I found my wife, and she said she'd marry me. I met my wife when we were in high school. We finished school together and been together ever since. My biggest supporters have always been my family. They do live a long way away, but we're still very close, and I don't think I would have got as far as I have today without their support. Can't believe how lucky I am today. In Australia, I've lived in 2 pretty small towns, so it's good to come and live in a city. It's pretty busy, pretty noisy, but very exciting, and there's always plenty to do. I do hate winter here, but I miss home at that time of year. I'd like to keep playing footy for a few more years yet, hopefully for the Warriors, and then I'll have to go home and get a real job, maybe have some kids. I think I've been pretty lucky in life. I've got a great family, beautiful wife, and I get to play in the NRL for the Warriors every weekend. Does it get any better than that? Well guys, it's time for me to go. Thanks for following me around today. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Actually, it's been one of the luckiest days I've had in a while. $50, keeps getting better. All right guys, I'll see you at the game. $50, lucky.